Yeah, folks, it is indeed time to open 100 more collector's reserves. I have collected them all up. Now we're going to get a bunch of variants, a bunch of resources. We're going to build a deck out of all of our variants we open, or at least all my latest variants. See if we can't win with kind of a random variant deck. That is if we get any variants. Oh my god, dude. We'll also probably inevitably talk a little bit about Marvel Snap as we always do. Silver Sable. I feel like I see this one a lot. This one pops up. I don't know if I have any Silver Sable variants based on this mastery level, dude. I feel like probably not. Hey, I got something. The gang's all here. What's this? Hey, not. Oh, sick. That's a good emote. Bro. I do like this guy's art a lot. Yeah, no, cool. I have not completed too many albums. That's a highlight, man. Very, very cool, actually. Oh, nice, man. That's a win. All right, back to the reserves, I guess. One variant down. Silver Sable is in our deck. That's cool. Nova Portrait. Bleh. Bleh. Martyr Portrait, even worse. I don't use any portraits. Adam Warlock. Oh, that's kind of cool. Invar Studio variant for Adam Warlock. Okay. Got a little deck coming together. Literally with Adam Warlock and Silver Sable, I guess. If they had a random variant button where you could just hit it and it would just randomly select from your pool of available variants per character and per portrait, I might use that so that every game had something different and unique, but I hate just having to choose one and go in and just like, I don't want to have to pick favorites, but if it was random, I might actually use variants in videos more regularly. But as it stands, it's just extra work, extra headaches, I've always thought it was weird, these games. Hearthstone had the same thing for a really long time. They finally did add the random button, and now I use it. It's like they want to sell you multiple variants for every character, but it's really hard sometimes if you just get like one that's your favorite, There's no, like, you can't use two at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you probably just always lean to one unless, you swap them out per deck or whatever. But if you have a random button, it's actually fun to get more variants. Like, wouldn't that help them sell more variants? Hawkeye, okay, I like the little pizza on the dog. I don't know who the dog is, but I'm gonna pretend it's Cosmo eating pizza. Duck Duck Juice, okay. Maybe food related variants, that album. So yeah, I guess we can also talk about Marvel Snap. But since I announced I'm making my own game, and a lot of you are playing, by the way, thank you for checking out Project Sky Shard on Steam. You can play in wishlist right now, play our demo. But anyway, since I've started doing that, like I didn't want to be the guy who like made a game and then like started instantly crapping on the games he's been playing for years, and being like, oh, these games suck, come play my game. Because I don't really believe that, right? Number one, Marvel Snap and Hearthstone have both been really good to me throughout the years. This is actually a sick variant too. I like this Mirage a lot. That's really cool, actually. Okay, another really low cost we're gonna get like a little bounce deck coming together or something. But anyway, I didn't just want to like instantly turn heel and be like, stop playing these games, come play my game, because number one, like, I'm gonna keep playing these games. I'm still gonna be a YouTuber who makes videos on both these games. I didn't want to like abandon my audience and like try to convert everybody to my game. So anyway, on that note, I didn't want to like, I almost feel kind of guilty like talking about negative things about these games now. Dan Hip Hulkling, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Pretty fun to put in a variant deck though, I will say. What was I saying? I just didn't want to crap on these games. I didn't want to like do this, it's harder for me to say like it's harder for me to be negative now because I don't want to come off that way, like, oh, he's only being negative because he wants us to play his game instead, even though it's not really a direct competitor to Marvel Snap. It's not even a card game, right? It's an auto battler. Pixel Galactus, okay. No, I don't love it, but it's kind of cool to have a Galactus variant, I'll say. I like Galactus a lot. So anyway, usually when I do it, let's talk about Marvel Snap while opening variants video. It's usually got a fairly negative slant to it because the game has often frustrated us a lot lately. Many things, in the past 6 months or year or whatever. So I don't know. I may have a hard time being as negative, but I think Marvel Snap's in an okay spot personally. Like, still some little things that frustrate me. I still think monetization is not perfect. I still think they drove a lot of players away and have not done a great job to re-engage those players. I look at my numbers on YouTube, and I look at the Steam numbers for Marvel Snap, and it makes me really nervous about the future of the game. And it's not just my numbers on YouTube, but every Marvel Snap YouTuber's numbers are like really down. I don't know if I should say every, because sometimes you'll have like one person who's growing within the downtrend. You know, if they're carving out more of the pie as the pie shrinks, their numbers can still go up. But most Marvel Snap YouTubers numbers are way down. Mine are like half of what they were. I'm getting like 45 to 55,000 views per video. This week it's more like 45, really, to be honest. I used to get like 80 to 90,000 views per video. So like literally half of what it was in probably October, maybe September of last year, like a year ago. Probably half, which is still fine for me. Like, it's, you know, I started with some crazy numbers. Losing half is, I still have a lot of numbers, still the probably most viewed Marvel Snap YouTuber, but it's a lot harder for smaller creators, number one, because like they fall below the threshold of like viability as being a, you know, full-time creator or whatever, which, you know, you can't expect that to last forever always. That's fine, but you know, it just is a reality. They have to leave Marvel Snap. We've seen a few smaller creators say, I can't do it anymore, which at the end of the day, that chips away a little bit more of the game. You know, they might lose some of their audience. They might play something else, bring people over to another game, like Project Skylar. So, you know, it all just starts to add up. But, like, you know, I actually use Alex Kojia's numbers as the, like, measure of Marvel Snap's YouTube viability. Because he puts out the same exact video every week. I was telling him this when we recorded our video the other day for my game. He puts out like the top 10 decks of the week or whatever, and you can see it losing viewers every single week. It goes down like 1,000 views a week over the last like 6 months or a year or whatever, which, you know, again, not his fault. He's incredible. He's amazing. The video is always the exact same great content every week. It's just there's less and less players to look at it because less and less people are playing Marvel Snap. And then when we look at like the Steam charts for Marvel Snap, I had this loaded up over the last year. The numbers just keep going down and down, and like we've kind of bottomed out now, as you can see. Like a lot of negative trends here. You know, the average for the last 30 days is 2,000 players, and you know, a year ago it was 5,000, and a year before that was, you know, 6,000 or something. I don't know where we go. Yeah, 7,000 almost, right? Now, of course, many of you are going to rightfully say, it's Steam, who cares? That doesn't matter. Steam is a tiny fraction of the player base. Absolutely correct. Steam, I would guess, is maybe 2% of Marvel Snap's player base. Maybe 1%, because mobile is just going to be dominant for Marvel Snap. Like, maybe 2%, right? But it's still a large sample size and can still certainly be representative of the overall trends, right? You can extrapolate this trend and say, hey, if people are playing the game a lot less on Steam, there's also probably people who are a lot less interested on mobile. There could be a platform-specific variable that makes one lose players faster than the other. I would actually argue that Steam might be more engaged players who are more likely to stick with the game, and mobile could perhaps even be losing players at a faster rate than Steam. Again, totally speculative, but if I had to pick a directionality there, I would say Steam is more likely to be sticky than mobile is. But, you know, either way, every point of data we have, as always, is pointing towards the game losing players, right? And there's been some really big dips, you know, over the last, you know, like I've seen multiple things eat away at my viewership and eat away at like Steam and everybody else too. So like Pokemon Pocket came out, that took a chunk of Marvel Snap away. Marvel Rivals came out and actually took a really big chunk. You can actually see this right here, by the way. This is about when Pokemon Pocket came out. Like Marvel Snap was kind of regaining a little ground here in like September, October of last year. Pocket came out, we saw a dip, and then Rivals came out, another big Marvel game. We saw another dip, which there is probably always a little bit of a holiday dip, but not as drastic as that, right? You can see here, there wasn't really much of a holiday dip here at all. But here we see the Marvel Rivals dip. And then I think we actually saw another dip when Shadowverse came out. Many people don't even know about Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, but another new mobile card game came out. I think we saw another dip in late June, early July for Shadowverse. A lot of this, of course, kind of magnified and in converse with like Marvel Snap's own problems. The Kid Omega thing fell in here somewhere, you know, the blip and all this stuff. You know, there's been a lot of little decisions in Marvel Snap's made people mad, and I just don't think they've done enough to really bring anybody back or get any attention or change course in a way that's like changing this trend line. In fact, most people would argue they're probably making decisions that are just maintaining this negative trend line. So it's just nerve-wracking, right? Like it's tough to see. Like I still love Snap so much. I want it to succeed so much, but it's getting harder and harder, I think, for a lot of creators to stay in the game. Again, for me, you know, I'm totally fine, really. I still get 45, 50,000 views. We got down into the like 20, 15, 20 range. Maybe it'd be harder for me to be this dedicated to Marvel Snap. I might have to start looking at other, you know, I have a Hearthstone channel. Of course, my own game is now, I'm doing stuff there too. But, you know, frankly, even 15, 20, I think it'd still be a viable career level. Just, you know, it's sad. I thought we'd bottom out at some point in Marvel Snap. I don't know that we have yet. It's still bleeding players. I think it will kind of find its level at some point. The game is ultimately still really fun. I think if they do a better job with new player engagement and returning player engagement, they could also break that trend line and get some people back. But it's going to take big changes, and we just haven't seen a lot of hints of that just yet. So we'll see. But just, you know, again, I'm not trying to be a big time downer. I'm not trying to crap on the game because I feel guilty doing that these days in my new context as a fellow game dev. And, you know, I don't want to just like leverage my relationship here for that kind of mentality. But you know, it is a negative trend. I think it's worth acknowledging anyway. But I still have a lot of fun with the game. So still happy making videos, and I hope it stabilizes. Really, that's the end of the story. I'm curious what you guys think, though. I know so many of you really don't even play anymore. You just watch videos. Just incredible, by the way. Thank you. That's really nice of you. A lot of people, you know, but I know people can't do that forever too, right? Like, people aren't just gonna watch a game they haven't played in 3 years. So, you know, it helps. It's great for me, but at the same time, I wish the game would re-engage you in a positive way. So Dan Hip, Beta Ray Bill, okay, yeah, it's fine Dan Hip. I always think I'm gonna catch all the Dan Hips, but I'm not gonna catch them all. Speaking of which, I'm wearing a Pokemon shirt today. We've talked about Pokemon multiple times. I think we're getting near the end probably, right? I don't know. Ooh, more album progress. So many portraits today, I feel like. Credits. Tokens. I do need tokens. I feel like I was getting kind of low. I really don't want to have to spend money on buying cards other than the season pass stuff. If I can keep my token threshold high. Ooh, Danip Arnim Zola. See this one a lot. Okay, that might be hard for our deck. I mean, I guess we had any ramp, we could do a Hulkling Arnim Zola stuff, but it's like we're getting a few weird cards now. We had that good little cheap stuff for a variant deck, but now it's got Beta Ray Bill and Hulkling and Arnim Zola. It's gonna be a real mixed bag. Arnim Zola can still make plays with, like, you know, Monster Island locations and stuff. Human Hamster Wheel. I do feel like that these days. I am doing a lot of running. 3 different things right now: Hearthstone channel, Marvel Snap channel, and new game stuff, including a channel. Chibi Goliath, I hate it so much. I just hate all the chibi stuff. I really hate it. It's so bad to me. I mean, it's not inherently bad. Oh, we're down to the last 2. Okay, last collector reserve. I don't think we'll have a variant here. It's 100 tokens again. Okay, cool. So this is 4 stars. I like this guy's art a lot. This is maybe even 5 stars, honestly, but I don't know. The character's just not the most engaging character to me, so I'm gonna say 4 stars actually. Adam Warlock here. I'd say maybe 3 stars. Something about the face and neck look a little strange to me, just from a execution standpoint. Hawkeye Kate Bishop. I do like the dog a lot. I don't totally love this art style. Like, very saturated, very bold, very blown out colors a little bit, but 3 stars because of the dog. Mirage, I like this one a lot, dude. This is cool. It's got, like, you know, animated vibes, but also the pose is really dramatic and cool. I'm gonna go 5 stars. I really like the lighting. The angles are all really good. That's really nice. Dan Hip Hulkling. I don't know. This weird little energy smudge by the sword's kind of strange to me. Just a lot of colors going on. The green of the shoulder pads is not that differentiated from the arms. I'm gonna say 2 stars maybe. Pixel Galactus. It's just not good. It's 1 star. It doesn't even really look good from far away when I look at it on the other screen. 1 star. This Hercules is sick. This is really good. Crazy detailed, awesome looking pose, and just like really, really epic. For some reason, the Statue of Liberty's back there, which I vibe with. Some crazy minotaurs and lizards. I mean, this is 5 stars to me. That looks great. I like that style a lot. Lee Woo Chol Loki. I don't know. I'm just not, I don't know. It's almost like trying to be a little too realistic. It's like the foreshortening on his body makes him look really squat and pudgy. I don't know, 2 stars. Beta Ray Bill, Dan Hip. I like this one better for the Dan Hips. I'll say maybe 3 stars here. I'm vibing on the purple a lot. Artem Zola, Dan Hip, maybe 3 stars again. I like green and purple as a combo, and yellow too. All looks good. The face is kind of funny. Yeah, I'll say 3 stars there. And Chibi Goliath is definitely 1 star. That's just, I just hate everything about this. I mean, it's like dynamic. It's, you know, but I just hate the Chibi vibes so much. And then progress here, Duck Duck Juice. We got a Howard emote. I like that a lot, actually. That's cool. Yeah, these are all like food themed. And then Cosmic Conquerors. Hey, we got some credits. Nice, actually. That's really good. I like when you get progress stuff. All right, and now let's build our deck, I guess, right? Let's see, newest, not favorites. So we have Goliath, Artem Zola, Beta Ray Bill. Loki does make a deck kind of always at least moderately compelling, right? Oh, did we get 12? Then we got 11. So we need to pick one more card that unifies this deck somehow. I guess what I was doing before was just taking the next most recent variant, which would be Storm, which is probably not great for this deck, to be honest, but that's okay. Variant deck. All right, I actually had to go grab a bite to eat, but now I am back to see if we can win, I guess, 1 game at least out of 3, maybe? Just 1 out of 3 would be the home run. We got a Heimdall, which is definitely could be a surprising play. Yeah, I don't know. Make them think we're strong right and kind of bail out later sort of thing, you know? Shuri's Lab is really good with some of these big guys. Beta Ray Bill is okay. Yeah, we're building a strong little right location. Goliath is only ever 1 in our deck, unless we hit some help. Black Knight doubled. That's probably just where Agatha put it, right? On turn 2, yeah. Castle Zemo. No, I guess we go Warlock left to gain some power. No reason to give them a... Dude, Agatha could have screwed them on Zemo, but they just discarded her, sadly. Oh no, they discarded Death, because it's a hella Agatha build, maybe. Oh, Agatha might screw them on Zemo, dude. Please, Agatha, give me that 412. Agatha, I beg of you. Give me that 412, Agatha. I beg, I plead. No, Agatha, why would you play it there? You're so smart. God, she's so crazy good. Maybe it's not actually Agatha, although the Black Knight mid sure makes me think so. Did they really hit the Agatha there? That's actually tilting me a little bit, to be totally honest with you. I'm like a little tilted. Maybe I gotta do this, right? No, maybe not, because are we bailing out of there? No, because I can't win mid that easily. Maybe I can win mid if I go, Oh, Hercules also is gonna like move Beta Ray Bill in a weird way, right? I go Hulkling right and I move Beta Ray Bill there. Where does he move to though? Like, I don't really want that, you know? Really want that. I don't want him to move. I don't know how this works. Oh, that's not Agatha though. That's their turn 5. What are they giving me? What are they giving me? This is their turn 5. Gambit. Oh god, Goliath, please. That really was Agatha. She played the Ebony Blade mid. God dang it, it must be good to be that good, dude. Like, it must be. Oh, Stormbreaker, by the way, is completely insane. It's completely insane, right? So, no, this just loses, right? It just loses, doesn't it? I think it's just like Scar, isn't it? We're gonna gain 12 here, so that's already 40 to 34. Maybe you just do like a little Stormbreaker there. We have priority, we do, so we can actually turn off the Shuri's Lab. So we get strong here. They could play here and flip, but then can they also flip here? Because we're adding quite a bit mid. I don't think you can win both, can you? Oh, they just go left. That's going to help. Okay, Storm's going to steal this. Yes! Why are they mad at the Ebony Blade? I think they should be happy about that. Why are they mad? Why are they mad? They gave a dirty face. Hella's not good enough, right? There's no way Hella's good enough, is there? No! Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Hella is actually almost good enough, but not quite. If Death had rolled right, we would have lost. Why are they mad at this? This was an insane hit. I'm mad at this. Your Agatha's a baller. Hella? Yeah, without some help, that's kind of pointless. Vormir. I mean, Hawkeye's probably okay there, but so are the arrows sometimes. Mindscape, oh my god. That actually could be great. Storm could also go left, I guess. That might be fine to win. What is this again? I forgot. Hella, yeah, that's not too helpful usually. King Peepo might be a Mr. Negative deck, some kind of rampy stuff. I don't know, I think I do like Storm here, but Aunt Maze complicates that a little bit sometimes. Probably Acid Arrow mid. Hopefully, well, I don't know, the opponent could be a Limbo deck. Could maybe save the Storm to turn off Limbo, to be honest. But I don't know, honestly, if it goes, I don't know, well, yeah, they would turn off Mindscape for sure too, so I don't know. Let's just hope that's not a thing. Psylocke kind of makes me think it could be though. Aunt Maze for them hits Ravona. Still looking like a Mr. Negative deck for sure. Acid Arrow's looking very good mid, by the way. Really nice. Hercules left is kind of weird because if you Aunt Maze into it, you're going to send it back out, which you don't necessarily want to do. But I don't really have another good card to put there. I guess you could do this. Like Pimero's pretty solid. Negative decks are not good at contesting this anyway, so you might farm some Adam Warlock card draw on the Loki, which is nice. Yeah, I could see this being pretty good. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, indeed they did avoid this. So that might be kind of free to win. So now it's about maybe locking up with Acid Arrow and hoping you have enough, right? Like locking up mid and then just dropping in, you know, whatever behind it. Oh, we got our own Mr. Negative. Is that worth it? Well, no, oh, dude, no, I forgot about Mindscape too. God dang it, I forgot about Mindscape. But they're gonna have a bunch of negative cards. Well, no, they're gonna always play their negative cards, right? So no, not gonna have negative cards. I mean, honestly, Acid Arrow Hercules here might still just win. Do they have magic turning off this Mindscape's another question though, because I think that would be a reasonable play for them. But Acid Arrow might just shut it out anyway. It may not matter. It is magic, and it does shut it out, and they do retreat. Yes. Called it across the board. Let's go. Perfect. Yep. Nice. Dude, we're farming. We're actually insane. This is really good. This is really, really good. I legit cannot believe we're doing this well. Loki on one, I mean... Yeah, dude, what if we hit Galactus? I think it's really bad for us, right? But it'd be really funny. We just don't follow up well, but it'd be really funny. Oh my god. No. No. No, there's no way we win, right? Like, the opponent doesn't know we suck. And we do have a Loki, so maybe. Ares? Okay. I mean, with Loki, you have to assume that's pretty strong. Starbrand is actually insane. Okay. It may not win though, because the opponent is also really strong. Maybe we just go Starbrand here. Maybe we have to use Ares out of desperation, right? I don't know. Starbrand, okay. It's a mirror match. They unfortunately have a 10-6 lead already though, so we need to net some differences here somewhere. Enchantress. Not it. I have 2 more turns and 2 more guys, so I'm gonna wait here. Scar, okay, they netted even more power difference because Ares now. I gotta play Ares in case I get something bigger, right? Yeah, I think they're just gonna be too far ahead here though. They went early. Red Skull. Does that buff us though? That buffs us though, bro. That buffs us, bro, and we win the Ares. No, we don't. No, we're not big enough. No. I'm gonna bluff snap. They have to, yes! They have to respect that, but I didn't have it. I didn't have it, right? Typhoid Mary's only worth 12 to tie, but she debuffs by 6. I mean, they knew that the Red Skull was gonna buff me, so they had a real risk here. Do we just 3-0? I think we just 3-0'd. We're actual gods. The variant deck is unbelievable, dude. Actually insane variant deck. Way to go, dude. Way to go, variant deck. That was actually really, really cool. All right, well, that's the video, guys. thanks much as always for watching. Appreciate you all a ton. Share your thoughts on Marvel Snap. Share your thoughts on this OP Loki deck. And I guess, yeah, I will see you around.